Shafere, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of iDiski Waya Waya, hosted by your boy King SMS Zwite. To every part who've been subscribing to our channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Please, if you haven't, make sure that you subscribe, you like, you comment, and you share. Ladies and gentlemen, a big shout out to Kaya Classic Records for helping us with the sound. So if you need anything that's got to do with sound or music production, make sure that you contact Kaya Classic Records at Kaya Classic Record gmail.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be an interesting one today. We're talking about Betway Premiership. Obviously, a lot of things happened weekend. But before the weekend, something happened last week on Wednesday. One of the biggest games in the Betway Premiership, a game where people are saying it was a tightly decided. Orlando Pirates up against Mamelodi Sundowns. Nkosi yami zikhalile zatetema ke bafowethu abantu bakhala kodwa ke sizongena kuyona leyo. Before singene kuleyo, let's just do some bit of predictions of the upcoming matches. So njengoba nazi ukuthi amazulu azodlala neMamelodi Sundowns, Moses Mapita, this is one of the most important game, especially for Mamelodi Sundowns, because right now uma bewina le game le, it means bazohlala phezulu, because bazoba ne better goal difference compared to Pirates, especially after bedle Pirate on Wednesday. So Mamelodi Sundowns really need to win that game, especially after what happened in the weekend. So prediction yami lapho ithi Mamelodi Sundowns is going to win the game 2-1. Yeah, that's my prediction. And then Kaizer Chiefs up against Stellenbosch, another game, especially because Kaizer Chiefs, there is a huge possibility of them not winning anything this season because they're out of the CAF Champions League, CAF Confederation Cup, they're out of Nedbank Cup, they're out of Cutting Black Knockout. Obviously, they didn't play MC8. So now the only thing that is up for grab, or the only trophy for them, is Betway Premiership. Now, about number 3, team Pirates bashiya 5 points. So they need to win this game, this upcoming game against Stellenbosch. If she's playing at the FNP Stadium, it's a must-win game. And also remember, they are coming back from a lose. Yes, Stellenbosch. You never keep a guppy, we Nedbank Cup. So it's going to be interesting to actually see what's going to happen in that game. But my prediction there is 1-0. Kaizer Chiefs will win that game 1-0. And then Makesi up against Polokwane City. I'm looking at the Makesi up against Polokwane City. Makesi is playing at home. Polokwane City is doing very well, but I think Makesi in Kinga, that game is going to be a draw, a 0-0 draw. And then Stellenbosch is open if it is Dale na Mazulu. Mazulu, bafethu, to be honest, Mazulu, they are really doing well. Nedbank Cup, ibona bapeki bangayawina. So Atazwane is doing very well. Look on the top 5 Betway Premiership. So playing against Stellenbosch, who are still trying to find themselves. So I will say Amazulu is going to win that game 1-0. And what's going to be very important is actually the result is going to happen on Tuesday up against Amazulu, Sundowns, Stellenbosch, Kaizer Chiefs. So this game Friday, Stellenbosch, Amazulu is determine our results are Tuesday. You want to determine our results are Friday. So it's going to be a very interesting match. And then biggest game in the entire Africa, Soweto Derby. Pirates up against Kaizer Chiefs. It's gonna be a very hard one. It's gonna be a very hard one. But we're gonna have a special episode for that. So I'm not gonna do a prediction for that one today, because we're gonna have a special edition for that game. So I'm gonna jump it. I'm not gonna do a prediction when it comes to that game. And then we've got the Golden Arrows up against Chippa United. Golden Arrows is gonna win that game 1-0. Siwelela up against Tex Galaxy. It's gonna be a draw, 0-0 draw, or Tex Galaxy will win that game. Opit College up against Richards Bay is gonna be a 0-0 draw. Tell us what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Then Mamelodi Sundowns up against Kukunu United. I think Mamelodi Sundowns is going to win that game 2-0. So tell us what you think. What are your predictions? What do you think? Who's going to take what? Who's going to win what? Tell us what you think. Just drop the comment there. But the most important thing that we want to talk about today in this episode, we want to talk about Pirates idliwa Mamelodi Sundowns. So Sundowns lost to Pirates lost to Sundowns 2-1. Brian Leon was the champion of that game, was the man of the match of that game. He scored 2 goals. And right now he's got 6 goals in 7 games. So that is a beautiful tally for a striker, which actually gives me an idea. I'm thinking, maybe Brian Leon might be one of the Leslie Manyathela Golden Boot at the end of the season. Because, I mean, still 15 games left for Betway Premiership. So, it's got 3 games. It's got 3 goals in the Betway Premiership. It's got six goals in all competitions, 7 games. Do you think Brian Leon can go up and become the Leslie Manyathela Golden Boot end of the season? Tell us what you think. But it came a Pirates, Pirates, Sundowns. It's a thing that created a bit of a problem with Pirates, especially because they are on top now. If Pirates Sundowns, it means Sundowns will be on top, and it's gonna be hard to take them. Once Sundowns get on top, it's gonna be hard to take them out of that. So we don't know what's gonna happen. We're looking forward to that, and also the interesting thing or the hard thing also for Pirates is that they are playing up against Chiefs in the weekend, and it's Soweto Derby. You can't play Soweto Derby. Soweto Derby is not about the performance, previous performance. Soweto Derby is about that day. So whoever who's on a good form or who's got a good formation on that day is going to win Soweto Derby. Soweto Derby, players, they don't need any motivation. Playing Soweto Derby is a motivation itself. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to unfold. And then also Sundowns, the Pirates are out of the Nedbank Cup. So Pirates lost to Kazrick Stars, Emma Penatini, and then Sundowns lost to TX Galaxy 2-0. So it's interesting also to see that right now, obviously, Sundowns is still playing Champions League. So obviously, Inter for now more than anything Champions League. But also it's important for Mikel Cardoso to win Betway Premiership because Sundowns has been dominating Betway Premiership. But to Coach Wadu, Pirates lose a CAF Confederations Cup. So yes, I'm saying it by winning. Yes, he carrying knockout by winning. But like, who cares really? Because honestly, Pirates have won those cups before. So the reason why Wadu, Makambo Rivera, is because they wanted him to win CAF Champions League and to win the league. That's why I'm saying so that he can win these games. So he lost Champions League already, out of Champions League, is out of Nedbank Cup. Now, league is out for grabs. If it happened that he lose against Chiefs this weekend, it's gonna be a big problem because that means it's gonna be 3 lose in 3 games. And the thing is, for you to win the league, you need to beat the people that you are competing with. So if you fail to beat Sundowns, who are the people that you are competing with in the league, to win the league, and then if you happen that you also fail to beat your rivals, which is Pirates, Chiefs, Soweto Derby, then it's gonna be a bit of a problem. So, ladies and gentlemen, tell us what you think. Do you think if Pirates lose to Chiefs, that means Coach Wadu would you, as a Pirate management, release Coach Wadu if he doesn't win the league? Or do you think it's still okay because he won two trophies? What are your thoughts on that? Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you drop the comment. Please make sure that you like, you comment, and then you share. And then also, please make sure that you subscribe and you tell everybody to subscribe on iDiski, Waya Waya, on Buciko Betonga TV. But more than anything, make sure that you also follow us on TikTok, iDiski, Waya Waya, and just tell us, what do you think about South African football so far? Are you excited? Do you think that we are moving in the right direction? Do you think as South Africa we are ready to go to the World Cup in June? Do you think our players are good enough? Because, I mean, we've seen them against Sundowns and Pirates. That was like a Bafana. So you go to see them playing up against each other. Do you really think that they are ready for World Cup? So tell us what you think, Buffett. And also, I would like to hear your predictions on the Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates game, because that's one of the biggest games in the Betway Premiership this season. Ladies and gentlemen, this is iDiski Waya Waya, hosted by your boy King SMS on Buciko Betonga TV. Please make sure that you subscribe, you comment, you like, and you share. See you on the next one. Same time, same place. For now, Danki Siyabonga. Subscribe, like, comment. Bye. Danko.